All right, hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another session here in Readers Magnet's featured author interview. My name is Leah, and I will be your host for today. And with me is one of the Readers Magnet's featured author, and of course, one of the most valuable author we have. And today, we are glad and we are also honored and happy that we are given this chance and opportunity to know him as an author, what this book is all about, and of course, what inspired him to write this book. Let's all welcome everyone, our one and only Mr. Joseph Descans, author of the book Hosea, the prophet who married a prostitute. All right, hello, Joseph. Oh, hello, Joseph. I'm sorry, maybe you're on mute. We cannot hear you. Hello? Okay.
Comes back on. There we are.
Okay,
Amazing.
there. That's good. All right. Yes, hi, Joseph. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great as well. Thank you so much for that, Joseph. And yes, Joseph, this is the moment that we've been waiting for because today it's going to be the most wonderful day. Why? Because we will be tackling about more information about your book. But before we do that, Joseph, maybe, why don't you introduce yourself, a little bit information about who Mr. Joseph Descans is. So, yeah, we'd like to know.
Okay. Awesome. So I'm Joseph Descans. I was born in Indianapolis, Indiana. Moved out here to California, San Diego, when I was about 7. Graduated from Torrey Pine High School in Del Mar, and then went on to graduate from Point Loma Nazarene University in 2000 with a degree in literature and a minor in Spanish. And I've been
Wow.
working on my book. Yeah, I was working on my book, Hosea, for actually about 10 years, and published, of course, last year.
Wow, it's really a long journey in the making to have this book be published. And wow, that is very interesting, Joseph. So, that is actually one of the things that we are interested to know more about the book. Okay. And before we do that, do you have your book with you right now? Will you please show it to our viewers?
Yes, I do. Let's see. It's backwards. I got to figure out which way to go here.
All right, there. Can you show it again?
There we
All
go,
right.
Jose.
Okay.
Yes.
There you have it, guys. That's the book of Mr. Joseph
Yeah,
Deskins.
got to get the
Mhm.
glare off. There we go. So that's
All
it.
right. Thank you so much, Joseph. Now, here, Joseph, I wanted to start with the title Hosea, the prophet who married a prostitute. Can you tell
Yes.
us what does the title mean and what's the inspiration behind you creating this book? When did it all started?
Okay. Yes. Like I said, it started about 10 years ago. So Hosea is a prophet from the Bible. He's what we refer to as one of the minor prophets, meaning he has one of the smaller books at the end of the Old Testament. And so what happened in the book of Hosea is God told him to marry a prostitute. So
Oh,
it's an allegory of God's relationship with his people. And so how they were always cheating on him, running away, and basically going after other gods. And so he had Hosea marry a prostitute, um,
mhm.
kind of to show how that relationship was working.
Wow, that is very interesting. You know what? I can really tell that this is actually the kind of book that talks about love, how love can change people, or let's say the way people handle different situations for the
Right,
better. Wow.
right.
Because, most people in love would really do anything, for that specific person, for the person they love, good or
Hmm.
bad, just to make the other person happy. And being
Right,
in love is also just makes people happier, more friendly, and open to different things for the most part.
right.
Wow. I like that, Joseph. Now, what was the inspiration of you creating this book? How did it started? Where is really the inspiration coming from that, hey, I wanted to create a specific book that talks about this specific, what to call topic. Can you tell us
Right.
what are the things that led you into writing? Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. Well, basically, this is an inspiration of prayer. So I usually pray for about an hour every day, and I was spending an hour in prayer this one morning, and I prayed for about a half an hour, and then the second half hour, I can't say I had a vision or something like that, but I really, the best way to say is I understood a movie. So I
Hmm.
of this whole story. And so it kind of came to me feeling and looking like a movie. So the movie is going to come soon.
Right.
But as I got to working on it, it just was easier for me to write the novel and then
Hmm.
do screenplay afterwards. So it's an inspiration of prayer. And I prayed all the way through it. There was a lot of stuff that, you had to pray through. And so the biggest thing is you were talking about a love story. And so as
Hmm.
I began writing the novel, you know, he knows in advance, Hosea, that he's marrying a prostitute. And
Hmm.
so just in my mind, I tried to eliminate love out of the story, because
Right. Interesting.
how heartbreaking is that, to have
Hmm.
somebody perpetually cheating on you. But then, as I was
Hmm.
reading the story in Hosea, he said, "Go and love a woman." And so then that really, God really emphasized to me, hey, this is a love story. I'm
Yes,
loving.
exactly.
So, she's constantly cheating on me, but I'm going back to her and I'm reaching out. So we really have
Hmm.
a story of desperate love of God for his people, in spite of how they're behaving.
Wow, I like that. You know what? One thing that I really admire about this book, Joseph, is how you also emphasize the word acceptance and love. Wow,
Right.
which is one of the most priceless things that we can have, because that means accepting a person is also having a right to their own feelings, the thoughts and opinions. Because when you accept people for who they are, you let go of your desire to change them. You let them feel the way they want to feel. You let them be different, and think differently from you, because everyone
Right.
is, I must say, everyone is really different in one way or the other. And that's one of the most things that about love, because it's very unique. Wow, I
Mhm.
like that. Yes. Now, Joseph, while writing this book, what is your most favorite part? What's your favorite part in writing this book?
My favorite part, well, I don't know. I guess we would say maybe the ending, but I can't tell you what the ending is.
Of
So,
course.
but
We need to have that cliffhanger.
I
Right.
also I have some of my personal life story embedded in there. And so
Mm.
you don't know what that is, but it's in there. So those are kind of some favorite parts of mine. So I can't tell you what are either. We'll let those come here.
Right, right, of course. Okay. Now, also, Joseph, I'm very curious, because I can say that this creating this kind of book is really such a successful creation. Now, may I know if what was the impact of having this book to you and to your loved ones?
Okay, say that again. How does it impact my loved ones?
Yes. How does it impact you and to your loved ones creating this book?
Well, my mom loved it. My daughter, so she's kind of in there secretly, so she loved it. And
Mm-hmm.
not all of my kids and everybody's read it. I know that one of my cousins recently saw it. I texted her a long time ago and she never got it. And then the other day I saw that okay, I'm going to act on this. So
Right.
they haven't all read it yet. So I've gotten
Mm-hmm.
good feedback from those that have read it.
Right. And I really like it because it's a love story that can also attest, to the fact that love changes us. That people who are in love will also follow through with actions that they never would have imagined, by
Hmm.
falling in love to a prostitute, of you being the, person of the God. There are really things that is very unexpected, and it's amazing.
Right. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Mm-hmm.
this is a modern day interpretation of the book. So it's as if
Exactly.
Hosea
Mm-hmm.
were alive today, living out this story. And
Mm-hmm.
like you were saying, important aspect of love is freedom. So, God took a huge risk with us as people, and we're allowed. It wouldn't be love unless it were free. And so he's
Exactly.
constantly reaching out, with his love toward us, but
Mhm.
it falls in our court and how we're going to respond.
I like that. It's actually an experience for greater personal growth as well. Accepting others, you focus changes from them to also you. And wow, that is really awesome, Joseph. Okay,
Yeah.
now, go ahead.
I had some of my readers say, it just touched them very deeply. And also, I'm thinking of one of my friends that read it and
Hmm.
talked about how it impacted a relationship that she was had with a friend of hers. So
Hmm.
definitely some good feedback on how it's affecting people in relationships.
Really? Yes. And it's exactly such an interesting creation, Joseph. Wow. This is amazing. I just love it. Now, Joseph, what would you tell to people who would wanted to maybe discover your book? Or what would be, let's say, okay, let me revise that question. What do you want your readers to take away after reading your book?
Well, I would like it to be a life-changing event, That's what a lot of the feedback I'm getting, like how
Mhm.
deeply it really touched them. So that's what I would like my reader to experience, really a deep, heart-moving experience from my book. Yeah. And so, yeah, and that's what I'm getting. That's what I was after, and that's what I'm getting.
Exactly. Thank you so much for that, Joseph. And yes, it was really an interesting discussion, Joseph. Thank you so much for also giving us this opportunity to, especially with Readers Magnet, to be part of this journey, not just towards you reaching your goal as an author, but also, of course, sharing this story, your creation, and it's actually a good book, a good story, and I can tell. So yes, everyone, for our viewers out there, I wanted to let you know that Mr. Joseph Descans books will also be joining, or he will be doing exactly a book signing during the LA Times Festival of Books, and that would be happening on April 22nd to the 23rd in University of Southern California, Los Angeles, USC campus. So again, viewers, this is going to be your chance to know more information about him as an author and what exactly his book is all about. And yes, everyone, his book will be available, or is available in Amazon.com, Barnes& and Noble, and of course, his website will be available soon as well. And yeah, you may also follow him on all the social media platform he has. Again, from the bottom of our hearts, Joseph, thank you so much for gracing with us today. And as we say it here in Reader's Magnet, we share your story with the world. Thank you so much, Joseph.
Okay, thank you.